Hey, what's up everyone? So in today's video, I thought I would do another display update. This will be display update number 3. The first one was about getting boxes off the floor. The second video was about building that shelf. This video is about creating more space. As you know, we've gotten lots of great figures this year with lots more on the way. So I'm just preemptively making more room. I just thought I would show you what I've done. So enough talking, let's get into this.
So as far as the top shelf, I have a spot right there reserved for Ayla Secura. Clone Wars, Anakin, and Obi-Wan were there on the end. I moved them down, and I may wind up having to move Aurra Sing and Cad Bane down because after I did this, I thought to myself, wait a minute, I've got Darth Malak and Bastila Shan on order. They're going to have to go in here somewhere. So I may have to do some more shuffling on the top, but that's what the top shelf looks like right now. And for the next shelf down, there we got Clone Wars, Obi-Wan, and Anakin. All the clones here. Now I built this little stand to move the clone commanders up and back. Okay, that's just some really dense foam. And I think that looks good. That freed up a lot of room here. Okay, so I got some more room for clone troopers. I also put the Super Commando and the Loyalist on the same kind of dense foam, okay, to get them back and up to make a little room because I needed room for Maul. Now, I'm still going to get the Revenge of the Sith Archive Obi-Wan, even though I don't really want it. It's not a good figure, but the fact that I was given this Anakin from Palpatine 1975, thank you, sir, once again. Since I have Anakin, I kind of have to have Obi-Wan, so I'm going to wait till I can get a good deal on Obi-Wan, and I'll stick him right there. But, you know, just having the clone commanders back, I can stagger some of these guys and slide this down to make room for Obi-Wan. Okay, so that's that little area. And then Bad Batch, I put the 2 shock troopers and Rampart on the same foam. It's a really dense foam, so they are now back and up. That freed up a little more space. And I could do the same with the Elite Squad troopers, Crosshair, and the Kit Bash that was sent to me by Jedi Hunter 83. Really cool figure. I may do the same with those two. I may build another little stand, push them back. That'll free up even more room, okay? So that's what shelf number 2 looks like. So the next shelf down, we're getting into Jedi Fallen Order, and I made that little stand out of styrofoam, painted it to make it look like the rocks on Dathomir. So I have the Night Brother Warrior standing on that. Okay, that freed up a little room. And then the 2 Purge Troopers that I have them on a little stand made out of the same black foam, really dense foam. Okay, so that freed up a little more space. Now getting into, as soon as Jedi Survivor comes out, those figures are going to go here. I'm going to have to do something, but it's okay. Solo is looking okay for now. Okay, now we're getting into Kenobi. There's a lot more from Kenobi on the way. I may have to either squish Rebels to make more space there, or just bring Rebels down and just kind of spread these out a little bit. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But that's what that shelf looks like. And I was pretty pleased with how that turned out. Looks kind of cool. And I'll get the Archer at some point, but yeah, I was kind of happy with that. And then the next shelf down starts with Rogue One. Now, as more Andor figures come out, I'm gonna have to put Andor here, okay? I can scoot all these down, and I've also preemptively made a little stand for these 3 guys, okay? So I could put these guys behind these guys, you know, back and elevated so you can still see them. But I still have a little room left on the end, okay? But that is the Rogue One section, and again, I'm anxiously awaiting a lot of the Andor figures, so they're gonna go before, you know, Rogue One, obviously. But that is what that shelf looks like. I haven't done too much with that one. And then the next shelf down starts with A New Hope, and I put George Lucas right at the beginning of this section because that's where it all started. So that's that. Got the Cantina set. I did pick up another Figrin Dan, so now I have 2 Bith musicians there. I'll get Nalan Cheel eventually, but yeah, I've got 2 back there now. Then A New Hope, and I built that out of styrofoam and painted it, you know, just some little steps for them to stand on for the Yavin ceremony. Okay. So happy to finally have an open mouth Chewie, and that Leia is one of my favorite Leias in the whole line. That figure right there, the comic book Leia, is awesome. But that's the A New Hope section. I'm looking forward to, building up the Cantina band by at least one or two more. But I was happy to find another Figure Day. I got that it was on sale for $17.99 on Amazon, so I could not resist. So that's those two. But yeah, this is a cool section of the shelf. I love this. And I still have this lower shelf, and I intentionally made this a little bit taller so I could put a riser all the way across the back if I had to. Okay, there's a lot more room here. It's going to come in super handy as this whole closet grows. And this next shelf starts with Empire Strikes Back. I haven't done a whole lot with this shelf with the exception of painting an extra pulse rifle to give it to Droid's Boba. So now he's Holiday Special Boba. I was pretty happy with how this turned out. That salmon went on well. The orange, chroming the tips right there, turned out nice. That's a striking figure now. I'm pretty pleased with that. And then I painted the binoculars for Han, so those binoculars look weathered now. Yeah, that was pretty easy to do, actually. It looks so much better. But the rest of this shelf, I haven't really done too much with it. So that's Empire Strikes Back. And moving on to the Jedi shelf, I haven't done much here either, with the exception of adding Boushh Leia. Now, I did use a small piece of sticky tack to keep the thermal detonator in the hand. Okay, it's pretty secure now. So that's that. Yeah, just a tiny little ball of sticky tack. Really helps hold that thing in there. Everything else is the same, except that I did recently pick up the Emperor, so happy to have him. And then these two, now I do have Mara Jade and Dr. Aphra on order, so I'll probably build another little stand back here, maybe move this glass, this Loyal to the Empire glass. I'll probably move it somewhere and build a stand and put Mara Jade and Dr. Aphra up back here. That's sort of my plan for that. But yeah, that's the Return of the Jedi shelf. And next we have the Mandalorian, and this shelf is pretty full. I mean, we've gotten so many figures from the Mandalorian, but it's great. I mean, there's some really good ones in here. I've created a spot right there for Season 1 Miggs Mayfeld. Okay, so he'll go there. I can put the new Din Djarin from Morak beside Miggs, beside that Miggs. And I do plan on painting this arm green. Okay, I'm going to take this figure with me to Hobby Lobby, find this same color paint that arm. So that one will be correct. And then, of course, the Din Djarin figure's already correct, with the red arm, but I can't have two with the red arm. So I'm going to fix Miggs. So that's my plan for that. And then coming around, we have these. Axe is relatively new. Cool figure. And then I did make this little snowy stand for the Maldo Kreese set, and I painted the eyes on the spider. That looks so much better. So much better. Hasbro should have done that for us, but it was easy to do. I think it turned out pretty well. Okay, got all 6 of them painted. So that's that little, scene there. I just made that out of styrofoam. Cut it with a hot wire cutter to make it look like, snow or ice or whatever. And then sprayed it with spray snow. Okay, so that's that little scene. Pretty happy with how that turned out. So that's that part of the Mando shelf. And then coming down here, we have the rest of the Mando shelf. I'm just going to sit on the floor. Some troopers. These two right here are so good. Dark Troopers are awesome figures. Really, really happy with that one. And then the 2 from Book of Boba Fett that we have. I'm still waiting on Tython Boba. And of course, in the pipeline, we've got Cad Bane and the Tusken Chief. So that's that. But, as we get more Mando figures, I can always shuffle some down to this shelf. And then down here on the bottom, we have the sequel trilogy. And I don't expect to expand this too much further. If anything, I may pick up the Archive Han Solo from Force Awakens just because it's a really, really good looking Han Solo. But there's just no other figures from the sequel trilogy that I really want. So I could just move this whole section here over there on the bottom of this little stand right there. I can move those Walking Dead books somewhere and just stick them over there as Mando and Book of Boba grow. So that's my plan for those. And I just thought I would share in this video what I did with all those boxes, just in case you missed the first video and the second video. Got some cards there. All these boxes are now on these shelves. Okay, they're all displayed, and I've got plenty of room behind each box just in case if I had to double them up. But that's what that looks like. And then in this little utility room, I can move Vader. You turn the light on. Boop. In this room, I have the Empire cards just on the wall. This is strictly just a storage room. And then I have those cards there. And the archive cards are all on this wall. Okay, not that anyone ever comes in here really except me, but I still save the boxes and the cards. So I just have them just stuck on the wall there. Here, I'll switch to wide angle. So that is the current state of the display. I just wanted to share, just let you guys see what I'm doing as far as making more space or creating little scenes out of styrofoam blocks. Just letting you guys just take a look at what I've been up to. But yeah, I'm just going to end this just like I end all my videos. If you enjoy videos on Star Wars The Black Series, drop a like on this one, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please turn on notifications. I'd certainly appreciate it. I just thank you all so much for hanging with me, and we'll see you guys on the next one.